Well, there we go. Isn't that nice? Oh, it's not 2-0. That's from yesterday. Hello again. Nice to have everybody here. If you are here, if you're not here, well, why weren't you here? Why are you watching this on catch up? You should have been here live. We told you all about this, that this set was happening. We told you weeks in advance. How did you not know this? No. Unsurprisingly, we found out about this set maybe 30 minutes ago. So it's as much a surprise for me as it is for you. But there we go. Any excuse to get any of these games cast, which we do greatly appreciate actually getting these on the way. The closer we are to it, certainly this section of the tournament being done, the better. This is the white division, so these are our lower rated players coming in, which is always exciting to see. and I hope it will be a good set. Should be relatively balanced. It's pretty much a UK team versus a non-UK team in this setup. So we've got for Empyrean, we've got Kev the Swee, SMV Blue Star, and Successive Approximatio versus Pot, Zakalil, and Kai. I'm more familiar with one of these teams than the other, though I've seen a fair amount of Blue Star play himself. And what's up, Crazy Joe? It's really nice to see you in the chat. Not that the chat is appearing for the stream. I don't know why. Why, chat, don't you appear? Twitch chat. Fix. Refresh. Just doesn't want it, does it? Just doesn't want to. Okay, well, we'll live without. There we go. It's hidden. Nobody will see the Twitch chat but me. They are in the lobby. This is an interesting one because it is relatively close yellow-wise. But Pot has definitely upped their game and has bumped themselves up to a 1071. So we have Kai at 1168, Pot at 1071, and Zakalil at 1098. I think this is all team game ratings. It's hard to tell on this program. And then Seru is 1248, SMV Blue Star is 956, and Kev the Swee is 1010. So I would say close-ish. Probably give us a slight leaning to the UK team, but that's because I am biased. There we go. Let's just throw this out there. I'm biased. If I see a British team, I'm gonna cheer. I'm gonna cheer for the Brits. I thought we were going to start, but it seems one player has left the lobby. So clearly I mistimed. I thought, oh god, they're all in the lobby. It must be time to start the stream. No need to waffle for too long. No, I was wrong. Right, I guess we'll play with camera settings then. That's what we'll do. We'll zoom in a bit. We'll add some. Not like that. I'm making it worse, not better. I just wanted it to be a bit brighter. That's worse than it was before. Well, that's how it's gonna be. I've fixed the camera, mate. Fixed it. It's perfect. High quality streaming. You missed Tom Greenscreen? Look, I can have Tom Greenscreen back in a second, but do you know what Tom Greenscreen did? It looked bad. See, bad. Not as nice as high quality background of slight green. There we go. Whoa! I can make it blurry. We could blur it. I could be there you go. I'll be in a calf. There we go. That better for you? I'll be in a calf. Could be in a breaking news room. Maybe that's it. We'll go into a breaking news room, or I'll sit on a nice sofa. Got a fan back there. It's keeping me cool in the hot weather. So we're still waiting. Kev's back. Kev's at least back in the lobby, so hopefully not too long. Is there an arena or a battlefield? I'd have to get one. Like, I could easily add one in. I'd need to find one though, because these are just what comes with the software. I don't know why it's a video though. Like, that's a bit weird, innit? It's a bit weird that it's a video. Like, it could just be a static image, but no, video. with some steam in the corner. Well, whatever. Whatever. I've got a new cat there. That's nice. They can't see that cat. I've got a fake cat. I don't want a real cat. She's a gobshite. Don't lob her. Don't lob her at me. She will claw and I will cry. Oh well. I mean, we still wait. So much for starting soon, huh? Let's just have some lovely Age of Empires music while we kill some time. While I wait for wine to arrive. Oh. Did it start? No. Still no. They're just getting my hopes up. That's what this is. I didn't get to see the first match, but we're already into the semi-finals. That seems like that's what the time that I'm arriving into is the semi-final watching. Camelot faced up against the Peripatequitos. That sounds Spanishy. I would say, or Portuguesey. I don't know. It's definitely not good old English. And then NWO were up against Empyrean, and both of those teams 2-0'd. So Empyrean 2-0ing their opponents, and Camelot 2-0ing their opponents. So this should be effectively a battle of titans going in, having a proper scrap. They're going to start. Game 1 will be on Chaos Pit, and it will also be Sudden Death. So Sudden Death Chaos Pit, I'm expecting to see castles, and I'm expecting to see a bit of pressure. It's interesting because I think you can end this game in Feudal Age without even killing a single TC, just by putting enough pressure on that Vils get heavily punished. But oh no! 7 seconds ago, 8 seconds ago, Manoz was temporarily Q banned for dodging. I wonder who he dodged. We will never know. Spectator dashboard, it tells you everything that you could possibly want to know. It's not the only thing that tells you everything though. One of our sponsors is AOE Insights, which is a great little website to find out about stuff. If you want to know your ratings, if you want to see some stats, AOE2 Insights is a fantastic resource. I mean, everybody's seen it now, right? Like, everybody's seen AOE Insights because it's used for all of the tournaments so we can verify players. It's such a useful tool, and considering, you know, we had a completely different one. What was it, like AOE2 Rex or something that we were all using before, but then it broke. It broke with an update and never really functioned properly after that, and AOE2 Insights is its spiritual successor, and if anything, I think it might work just a little bit better. I think it's a great tool. Use it a lot. I like that you can click through and watch like the game in sort of like sped up, like top down 2D thing. It's really, really good to just get an idea of how a game has worked out, and it gives suggestions that it thinks if something has been an archer rush or similar. I think it's cute. I think it's a really clever, interesting tool, and there is lots of worse tools out there. Nobody would describe me as being much of a tool though. Oh, I put my chocolate by my laptop and it's melted because the laptop's too hot. Integrate a Smurf checker. That's interesting. I've found that sometimes the Smurf checker doesn't quite understand. Like, it falls down if you've got like 3 people living in the same house, they're different people. The Smurf checker's like, oh no, these guys are the same, just because they've played on the same computer or with the same address at similar types. So I've had some issues with some of the Smurf checkers. Still a useful tool to like get a bit of info from. Come on, guys. I'm imagining it's Blue Star that we're waiting for because he's currently muted in their chat. But so far, we're still waiting. Many, many minutes of waiting. Hypnos is going to be home by the time this set starts. Kev needs a sec. Kev said he was, what was he saying that he needed to say? Give me like 2 mins, gotta say goodbye to my girlfriend real fast. I mean, this is a long goodbye. Like, this is a very long goodbye. Do you think his goodbye was actually that he needed to have a full steak dinner? Well, it's okay, it just gives more people time to arrive, doesn't it? You can all get comfy hanging out with me while we wait. In my prison outfit. Oh no! I dropped my chocolate. I'm gonna be a hot mess. I mean, look, Joe, I am ready for a full steak dinner. Jess isn't gonna start cooking until, like, midway through this set. And it's now coming up to 20 to 8, so I'm starting to feel the hungry, you know inside when you feel the hungry. I'm starting to feel the hungry. We're gonna get midway through game 2, and I'm gonna be there like, oh, God. So it depends, right? I'm a bit of a steak purist because I'm a snob. I like a rare steak. If the steak is like close to blue, I'm happy. So like a little bit of seasoning and just like good steak, and I'm happy. I don't need sauce. However, if it's like a little bit of a shit steak, if you go into like a steak restaurant and the steak isn't like top tier on its own, like a really nice like fillet, then if there's a good peppercorn sauce, I am not gonna complain. As long as it's not ketchup, I'm okay. Like I can mug with that. I've had some really nice steak rubs on a steak, and I am sure I'd be really interested in having some like American steaks. They love sauces on steaks and stuff. I'm down for that. I'm not a full snob, but when it's just the steak on its own, I so agree. I channel my inner memb. Yeah. Ketchup on steak to go to hell. Go to hell. I completely agree. Now, I love Jess. Jess is great. I'm a big fan of Jess. Light of my life. She has ketchup with things that I don't necessarily agree should have ketchup on. I'm just throwing that out there. I've not seen her have ketchup with steak, but I would not be surprised if she would. She doesn't really like steak, not a steak fan, but I could believe that she would have ketchup with steak. She shook her head to say no, and then she thought about it and was like, maybe. You feeling seen now. You're feeling seen. She did give me the evil eye, but she fixed it when she realised that she's at fault. It's like, I don't know if you would have this in other countries. It's quite semi-popular in the UK. Shepherd's pie, mash, misk mince meat in a slightly thick sauce type thing. I mean, it's just like, it's nice. It's nice. Sometimes people put like vegetables in there as well. It's nice. Shepherd's pie. It's perfectly reasonable. Really nice with a bit of Branston pickle. Oh no. Well, there goes my face. Camera, why have you died? Weird. Come back. There we go. Okay. It was just having a moment. Whatever. But she'll have ketchup with that. I'm like, why? It's like having ketchup with sausages, mash, and gravy. You've got gravy. Why would you put ketchup when you've got gravy? These are the things that I think about. You know, I don't think it will collapse my relationship. I don't. But it could be a flag, not a red flag, but maybe like a yellow one, like a yellow flag, like a warning, like a mild warning. You know, like they do at the beach, where they're like, you can still go in the water, but there might be jellyfish. Like, be warned. You're not gonna die, but jellyfish. Eggs covered in ketchup boggles my mind. I completely agree. I'll have I can cope with a little bit if it's like a scrambled egg. Yeah, scrambled egg. Small bit of ketchup on the side. Small bit. Not covered. I don't want it on top. I want to be able to dip a little bit. But no more. Maybe it's because I'm not a huge sauce fan. I'd rather not. Ruddy Kev. I'm going to starve to death by the end of this set. I'm also going to be parched to death because I was promised some sort of wine to get me through, and it has not materialized. Don't throw the cat at me. Don't throw the cat at me because I've been passive aggressive. Oh dear. Now I'm just thinking of food. Joe's got me thinking of food. I'll have to bust out the ASMR mic. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. This is just how we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to ASMR this entire next stream while we wait. It's my interview mic. I thought I lost some microphones, so I bought some new ones. Well, new ones second hand to replace them. And then I found the ones I thought I'd lost, which was unfortunate because they were quite expensive. Well, I mean They're not that expensive. They're just NTG ones, so not even that high a broadcast quality. But you know, they do the business, and they're really useful because if Jess runs away, like I've got it on a really long string, so I can go and interview Jess. So she can be over there lazing away, and I'll be like, Jess, take the microphone, talk to us. She won't always talk to us though. She's not that cool. But we can go back to the old regular mic. You can get used to no ASMR. We'll be ASMRless. So it don't sound so like hot, right? Like grainy. You feel it in your ears. It's Ruddy Kev. That's what it is. Ruddy Kev. Yeah, it's fine. We're having a nice culinary chat. Joe and I haven't had a decent culinary chat in a while. I think it's been a hot, just a right royal age since we've just chatted in chat. I get so, laser focused on the. So, Great British Bake Off, I'm a big fan of. Right, Great British Bake Off is fantastic. However, there is another program that I like more, and there's like 19 seasons of it. It's called The Great British Menu. Yeah. Now, imagine it's like Bake Off. It's a competition. But instead of it being like, oh, here's some amateurs that are a bit good, these are some of the best chefs in the UK competing to take a dish to the banquet. It's just good. It's just if you want to feel hungry and a little bit intimidated by what other people can do in a kitchen, Great British Menu. There you go. I think I like Irish a bit more. The great Irish baking show. I bet that'd be fine. I think a bit starchy. Maybe a bit starchy. Kev's like, nah, we're not going to start the game. We're going to come out and hang about in chat instead. Well, I'm glad you're back, Kev. Great British Menu. Top quality. That's okay, dude. It's fine. I've got wine. I've had Joe. We've just been chatting. There's some people hanging out here as well. We're good. We're okay. Only apologise if the games are bad, and they're not going to be bad because. Did it just start? Did it just start? No. No, the lobby just disappeared. Dropped. No! No! No, don't do this to me. Oh. Okay. Attempt 2. AoE Pro moments. Hey, we're used to it. This is the White League for you. Mrs. was watching the Great British Baking Show some years ago. I walked through the room, saw it, started drooling, hooked. Oh yeah, it's super addictive. I just find it really funny that, because in the UK and like the rest of Europe, it's called the Great British Bake Off. But Bake Off is already a protected term in America, so they rebranded it to the Great British Baking Show. But like the trophy that they get is physical, and it says Great British Bake Off on it, and so they edit it in post and reshoot all of the bits where they talk about Great British Bake Off. They reshoot that so they can send out an American specific edit. I think that's hilarious. Like, genuinely, I think that's so funny. What do you bake? Are you a bread kind of baker, or are you a sweets and pies and sugars? Because I have to say, when I was younger, I'm all for like the sweet things. Eccles cakes, cake, sweet pies. But now, you give me like a good savoury bake. You bake some bread that's good. Like a pie, like a nice savoury pie. I'm like that for me. That's everything I want. And a big fat steak. We've already had a full big fat steak conversation. Not that I would ever call steak fat. Steak, he's a lovely man. And I imagine, I've not seen yet, but he was supposed to be facing up against Paradox today in Visible Cup. And I think he's going to eat him alive. Steak's like 2k1, 2k2, Paradox 1800, I think. Though, if it comes down to something a little bit non-standard, Paradox is super experienced, so anything nomad-y, anything that requires that little bit of flexibility, and he's a very good player. He's also solid in the team games. But you know what else is even more solid though than all of that? It's the fact that we finally, after 55 minutes, we have a game. Kev is gone. We shall see him on the other end, as we now have a freaking lobby. Oh. Now, as soon as it loads up, I'll have to do some quick capture age MacGuffins, because even though we've been sat for 55 minutes and I probably could have done it in advance, I didn't. So do it. Start that prediction. Or do you want me to start the prediction? I can. I've got 45 seconds. I could start a prediction. Oh, if you can, Hypnos, I'd appreciate it. I love having a mod in chat. And I imagine you're actually home now, right? It took the game so long to start that you have arrived home. Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, my camera's gone again. Why? I'll sod it. We'll go back to shit camera. No, not that it matters, because I feel a little zoomed in. I don't know what's going on here. Let's just make that go away. Let's make that go away, as we will hop in to a game. But even more than that, we're going to hop into Capture Age, because the laptop does actually does just about cope with it. We will also shut up the base bag, because we're going to take this incredibly seriously. This is a best of 3, a semi-finals. In this duo, potentially, the champion will be crowned. And I need to put the teams in. It's a best of 3. SMV Blue Star and Kev the Swee are, let me get everybody's names, are Empyrean. I'm bad at spelling. Rian. And they're up against Kai's team, who are not Kai's team. They are Camelot. Very silly place, Camelot. Well, let's not go there. We are the Knights of the Round Table. We'll dance whenever able. That's a cracking show. And we'll dive in. Okay, so here in the green on Chaos Pit, Sudden Death, we have Seru. And Seru's teammate in the tealy cyan, light blue. I can never tell what the colour's supposed to be. And I often forget. We have Kev the Swee, and then Kev's teammate in Grime. We have I'm doing it with Kev the Swee, and then his teammate SMV Blue Star. Then on the other side we have Kai playing as the Koreans, and his teammate Pot playing as the Poles. And then in the red, we have Zakhalil as the Saracens. A pretty popular pick from what I've seen so far. The extra damage coming out of those archers onto buildings as a team bonus is particularly strong. So we have a pocket pole versus a pocket pole. We have a Khmer versus a Persians. Interesting. And a Vil pick off. Ooh. Kai was going to be greedy. Sent Vils forward without Loom. Oh dearie me. That's a great little find. But Loom is in, so you can't take that engagement now, Blue Star. But it is good to notice that you could pick one off. Does mean that the Scout is low HP now, though. I think at lower ratings that matters a little bit less because you don't really manage to get a huge amount of value out of the Scouts anyway. Pot almost losing his Scout to the TC, but it does just about manage to stay up. Oh. Thank you for updating. I am going to put my points... Oh no, it won't let me bet. Let me bet! Let me bet, damn it! No! Oh, no, I can. I'm gonna put... Oh, that's the wrong thing. 10,000! Okay, no, just 1,000. I still want to put... There we go. 1,000 points on Camelot. So if anybody who is not Hypnos wants to get in on the action, feel free. Poles throwing down full work. I wonder if anybody has lost anything other than the Vil that we saw picked off. No, just Blue Star killing a Vil, I mean. And both of them, it's interesting. Like, I do wonder why Kai came to come through this bit of wall instead of this one. Like, it's right by his base. It makes so much more sense. But instead he's gone down here, which means that he's going to be competing for resources. Now, I do think that Kai's cutting technique is maybe not quite as good. There's a little bit of Chaos Pit greenery going on here. The aim of that you want to do, and it requires quite a little bit of micro, is you want to task the Vils to click through as quick as possible. So they've got to two Vils focus on one tree and keep cutting through ASAP. So it's a little bit scrappy because they're spreading out already. You can see that for all of them, that they're getting the wider spread instead of doing the dedicated chop through. And I do think that's a bit of a negative, Zakhalil. I'd expect the GB lot to do that a little bit better, because we've done stuff within the GB community a little bit more. Okay. It's like we play the awkward game modes regularly. Will it be awkward for Seru though? who manages to get a good kill onto Pot's scout, trapping itself. I think that Seru picked literally the worst place to try and chop through possible. That's so unfortunate. Oh well. Predictions closing. Most people voting for... It's Hypnos. Hypnos voted 2k for Empyrean. It's so unfair to have two accounts to be able to throw your bets in. He can cheat the whole system. There we go. Okay, Feudal Age landing for all. Stable coming up for Seru. Barracks for the Saracens. Barracks for the Koreans. And a stable and a barracks for Zakhalil. Interesting. Saracen stable. I mean, I guess it's food only, but we don't have a huge amount of food. We've not made a mill. Stable blacksmith. Again, we are trying to chop through, but we're doing it so slowly. I wonder who will win the race to the outside. Definitely won't be Pot. Pot's technique is, I would say, not ideal. His folwark focus has been pretty poor. He's got Vils taking his stragglers instead of moving out. Not ideal. Okay, market barracks? Market barracks. Okay, I mean, it's a strat. They are pinging over for Kev, so they know where he is. And we're going for Korean towers, which is... It's fine, but all it takes is to do a tower yourself and just chop wood a little further over. So this is eminently defendable, and I think I like the position of Zach and Pot and Kai. I do. I don't love going for towers here. It's so much more important for these vills to cut. I like Town Watch. I do like Town Watch. I mean, not the greatest of plans. So there we go. Tower of our own will come up. However, right in this situation, when there's the two towers, you can just rush this down with the vills, right? I mean, spears are not normally the play, right? You have all of the vills that you could possibly need. This is a huge investment. Like, you can kill this off now. It's only 5 vills. This tower rush is not the most threatening thing, especially when SMV Blue Star dives in with the scouts and hits the stone. No defenses in place at all for Kai, and he loses a villager as well. Pressure over on this side. Scouts are out, but we are, I would say, pretty darn safe and should be chopping through really soon. Are we through? After all I said that Pot wouldn't be the first person through, Pot is the only person to realise that he can shift-click his way through, and everybody is getting pretty close to being out. Okay, so Kai in a bit of a shambles. I would say Kai is struggling. At the same time, SMV Blue Star isn't reacting phenomenally to... Oh, and because he's moved over here, he's not going to be able to get out. This might be worth it in the end, but I also don't think Kai will get out either. Hello, Lazy One Kenobi. How you doing? A little bit of scout pressure over to the north as well. How many are we losing? 2 vills down for Pot, 2 vills down for Kai, 2 vills down for Blue Star as well. I am wondering if they're going to manage to do some damage. kind of looks like they're doing really good. It might just be a Seru carry, you know? Seru is chopped through, has a fantastic untouched eco. Castle Age on the way in for pot. And we have spears and scouts. So that gets pushed away, and okay. Okay, how close are we for clicking up now? For Seru. Seru should be on the way up as well. Will be as soon as Wheelbarrow is done. But Seru hasn't. Seru has managed to chop out, and so could be starting to take gold. It's really important to get out on this map as soon as you can. It's also really important to not be so exposed. Pot about to feel the wrath of many scouts. There are some spears there, so lots of these scouts will die and be on low HP, but not as many of them died as needed. The reactions are slow. We're trying to fight it off with fills, but we definitely lose some. Okay. I mean, this could have been worse. It's still not great. Look at the amount of idols that we have now. Oh my. Oh my. Over on the other side, we have towers on top of towers with some towers next to those towers. I don't think Blue Star is going up anytime soon because of the lack of gold and no market to balance this out. So we're just throwing down houses. Not houses, farms. Seru should be able to dive on over and help fight this off. I don't think the tower play is really going to add anything else now that we're through. The real advantage is to chop through, and if you get a tower down here to stop this cut through, it effectively forces Blue Star out of the game. So, really tidy. Look at it. Nobody's able to get any real position. The Vills are fighting. The Spears are fighting. All of this is idle time, and this allows Castle Age to come in for pot, mostly unmolested. Eco is in a small shambles, but we're out. We're taking gold. Castle Age on the way in for Seru. These Vills moving forwards, and there's a lot of them. Is this for a castle? Yes, it is. It's going to be a forward castle, and I would hope that it would be right on top of Seru. Like right here. Like right here. You know that the army's dead because you killed it. Second forward castle on the way in for Zakhalil, right on top of Kev. Yeah, this is perfect. Perfect play for this rating. It's like, do we even have stone for towers to try and force this off? I don't think so. And the speed in which this happens is insane. Seru has the stone to get a castle up of his own, but, like, you can just ignore it. This castle goes up first, so this TC dies too fast. This maybe could have been a little bit more aggressive, but I think with two castles coming up on the TCs, the tower is way too late. To deny something like this, you need to have two towers up pretty much the moment when the castle starts to come up. It's the only way that you manage to kill enough Vills. See, look at that. It goes up, the Vills hop in, and we just focus down that town centre, right? You ignore everything else. It's all about that town centre. Defensive castle is not, like, you sack off the defensive castle. There's no point throwing the defensive castle down because you need to keep this town centre alive. You need to yeet all of your spare Vills forward and put your castle on your opponent's base, because the only thing that you can do is kill your opponent's TC before that castle kills yours. So as soon as you go defensive, it's a loss, because you cannot kill the other castle. Like, because you just ignore it. Like, the castle doesn't matter. Just focus fire that TC. And if you focus fire the TC, it's game over. So it's a bit of a mistake to not go for that. Blue Star going for a defensive castle, which is fine, but I will point out that we could just yeet a castle forward and plonk it here, and this still dies. So it's a worry. No, don't focus the castle. No, it's the town centre. You could just ignore it. Just kill the town centre. Oh my word. Well, either way, Kev is tated. Trying to prep some siege. Will the castle finish at 66%? Probably not. Don't fight. Oh god. There we go. Kai, the last one up. We have Schlochter privileges. Let me get some of them cheap knights out for the Poles. Nice little denial on that. But we are just going to go for a castle. And that's the thing. It's like, if the castle comes up, like, around here, like, you could even delete this and delete this, put the castle here, and as long as it ranges the TC, that TC dies. You do not need to fight the castle. You just go straight, absolutely straight for the TCs. So, yeah. That's all I want to see. I don't want to see people bothering fighting the castles. Ignore the castles, shoot the TCs. Rookie mistakes. Somebody has not seen a Paradox rant, is how I feel about this. Yeah. The screen looks a bit washed out, doesn't it? Let's see if I can fix that. Keep an eye over here. No, don't... I'm saying don't Vil fight the knight, but actually it's done okay. Vil fighting the knight. Turned out it was okay. And the repairs. Okay. And as soon as castle comes in, we get even worse as these turn into guard towers. We are out. We are through. We're mining gold. Let's see if I can make this a little less washed out. Oh, I've ruined it. Now go to default. Go to default. Well, whatever I did has made everything worse. No. Okay, we'll live with it looking a little... It just looks a bit grey, doesn't it, on the stream? Oh well. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even need the petards. That's the thing, is that you just make the castle, focus fire the TC, and the TC dies. It's only got 2,400 health, and its pierce armor ain't that great. Especially with how fast castles can shoot down. So actually, this is a huge throw from Camelot. This game was won when those two castles came up, but instead they've completely flubbed it. Completely flubbed it. And by Seru being able to get the knights out, they're putting pressure on. The castle is like so close to death. Imp on the way in for Zach though, so maybe we're just going to go Trebs. We're going to lose the one castle, and there's actually a beeline through. We could just yeet our way through to the TC now. Just go for the TC. There we go. That's the bodger. Just shoot the TC. Turns out that Kai is the only one who knows to just shoot the TC. I mean, it's still looking pretty good for Pot, Zach, and Kai, but that's only because Blue Star just does not have an economy. Down at 29 Vils, 26 for Kev the Swee. The pressure has definitely been on. They've not been able to expand. You compare that, we've got two players over 50 Vils for both Zach and Pot. Though Kai is also running on the low eco. Let's fucking go! Let's go, Blue Star! Oh, that's so sick! Blue Star comes in clutch for his team, honestly. Like, that's huge. This puts this to a 3v2. It allows Blue Star to expand, save himself. Castle is still focusing on the TC, though. Oh. Oh. And just... I do worry, right? I do worry. This castle should go down, and then it should be... We just need to absolutely beeline. You've got to kill Kev. You've got to balance this out so it's a 2v2. Tried my best to sort it, but got killed. Oh, poor Kai. Well, that castle goes down. Pot has enough knights to help this defense. Keeping these Trebs alive is a must. We move over. We should lose these Trebs. No. They don't manage to put out enough damage. Kev the Swee trying to join in. Oh, nice mangonel shot. But all we need to do is delay while the Trebs work on this. Like 3 more hits. 3 more hits. And I think with Kev the Swee dying, there we go. This balances out, and the worry should be gone. I'm saying it should be gone. Look who's completely exposed. It's Pot. Pot is completely exposed. We're relatively safe. I'm saying relatively safe. Actually, if we just come around here and treb from this side, yeah. It should be done. It should be done. We can't kill this faster than Pot can kill us. Close though. Hello, Shan Van Halen in Colorado, USA. I don't know what a Colorado accent would be, so I can't replicate that. But I would if I could. And thank you indeed for watching. This has been a really interesting game 1. So Kai died first, but the swing back with the fast-ish imp from Zakalil, who trebs down both Kev and Seru, leaving Blue Star as the only player that survived on that team. Blue Star MVP. Great little snipe, especially when he was getting pummeled and punished. Noticed the vulnerability of Kai and got great damage down. So, great play from Zach, but also a secondary minor MVP for Blue Star for getting the first TC kill, especially with him knowing how much damage he needed to throw down. So, definitely to be respected. Can I add a color correction or something? Something to just like take the gamma down or something. It just feels a little off to me. Like the brightness, something like that. Yeah, that looks a little bit more like it. Yeah, there we go. That's not as washed out as it was before. That looks more normal. Fixed it, mate. Fixed it. Well, speaking of fixing things, let's go back to my giant face. I'm gonna have to shrink down again. I don't know what's going on there. There we go. Shove me back in here. It's like all of my crops and stuff for it gone as well. Just everything's broke, innit? Everything's broke. But that's fine. We live. Oh no, I've made that worse. I've made it worse. I'm a professional streamer, don't you know? Turns out, I have been streaming for 4 years. Thereabout. Insane. 46 months I've been an affiliate. Yeah. And I'm still budget. I'm the premier budget UK streamer. In that I don't stream, I only cast. This isn't even my channel. I've stole it for the day. In fact, I've streamed on more channels that are not my own channel in this year than I have on my own channel. Feels bad. They were good times, Joe. I enjoyed. I was a little rough around the edges back then when I was streaming using my Snowball microphone and a really like a proper shit camera. It was great. Like COVID was just the best time. Like there was so many of us. Chat was always popping. There was subs going out all the time. There was so many interesting, weird little tournaments going on. It was brilliant. Like genuinely, if I could go back to being in full lockdown and not having to leave the house and just watching Age of Empires with my friends, I would go back to that in a heartbeat. It was a fantastic time. What else is a fantastic time is me giving that 1-0 scoreline to Empyrean as we take a look for what should be, hopefully, at some point soon, not Empyrean, Camelot. Camelot won. It was Camelot. As hopefully we dive into game number 2 soon. Because I can smell the dinner. So next one should be Regicide. Game 2 is played on Canberra. Which, okay, let's click Canberra and have a look. I've been at it for just over a year. The slide was click. The climb has been very, very slow, but thanks to the Hermetica and the likes of Morley Games and Hera and Survivalist and T90, of course. Well, see, I did a little bit of work with T90. Did you watch the Hidden Cup? I mean, I'm assuming you did, because that's like the largest tournament that we've had this year. The UK watch party, I helped organise that. Not on my own. In fact, most of the work was done by another member of the community called Mel, who is fantastic, just a phenomenal person at her job, and super invaluable. But the stream, the broadcast in the venue, and helping it organise that bit, that was all me, baby. Did they just drop again? No, they haven't just dropped. It was good. It was great fun. If you ever get the chance to go to a watch party or a live Age of Empires event, I cannot stress that. Like I've gone and done like stuff for other games. None of them will ever be as good as going and sitting in a room with, not even just a regular room, sitting in a performance venue with like 250 other Age of Empires fans. Like you never get to experience that, as everybody is cheering and having a great time and waving their faces. It truly is something special. I'm pretty sure Red Bull will have a watch party in wherever it will be. I've heard rumours. I've even had... I actually know, because I know these things. But I'm pretty sure they'll have a watch party down there. I'm hoping, it's not official or anything, but I'm hoping to run a watch party in the UK as well. It might not be a Red Bull sponsored one, but hey, that's what I do now, I guess. You do a watch party with Hermetica, that'd be cute. I'd love a listen of a deep Colorado accent. A couple 100 miles. Are you a rural type boy? Rural Colorado. I'm gonna have to Google a Colorado accent now, aren't I? Just so I know. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have the Hermetica guys turn up for a live event. Like it, I think it'd be really nice to have Smiley hanging about. It'd be great fun. And I mean Hypnos too, I guess. So hillbilly, I do not believe that for a second. Pronounce it Colorado. Colorado? Colorado. Oh, that was a nice glass of wine. I imagine, by the way, we're just sat here waiting again. I bet we're waiting for Kev. It's always bloody Kev, isn't it? I could be if I was trying to do a Southern American accent, I'd just end up sounding like I was trying to be in like a budget voice actor for Red Dead Redemption, and it would probably come across as I wouldn't say racist, but definitely definitely rude. It's like I got my guns, got my shooters. Damn government's gonna take my kids and my guns, and I don't know which one I'm more cross about. Government, take my baby. Every country has that a little special something about them. The UK's definitely got it. It's a place called Birmingham. I happen to live there. Urban Struggle by Vandals. Everybody queue it up on your music streaming platform. Noted. Noted. How long have I got until this old game starts? Failed to start. What do you mean, failed to start? Did one of them drop? I will be sad if one of them dropped. They didn't. I am so glad. Right, Canberra. I think what's even Canberra? Oh, this is like a repeat of yesterday. Canberra. It's got a pond in the middle. There you go. That's what you need to know. It's got a pond. It's a walled start. Strange map. I've already drank it, mate. It's gone. Until Jess arrives with a top up. I'm stuck. Speaking of stuck, let's get stuck in. Let's get stuck in. let's get stuck into this game. Shut up, Age of Empires music. We are watching a high quality matchup between Empyrean and Camelot as we dive into game number 2. Prediction is started. Great, because I want to predict. I want to predict. Let me predict, damn it. I'm going all in. We're gonna do 2,000 points on Camelot. There we go. Predictions are in for me. All in on the UK boys. Right, we have Seru here in the green, this time playing as the Spanish. Bit of a power pick Civ. We've seen great success out of the Spanish before. If I'm looking at the Civ selection, I'm actually much preferring Seru with Spanish, Italians and Britons compared to Teutons, Britons and Persians. But we have Italians for Blue Star in the blue, Kai as the Teutons, and Britons for Pot. Zakalil as the Persians, and Britons for Kev the Swede. Feel free to tell me your feelings about the Civs as we go on. Canberra, interesting map. So, as we can see, all of the bases have a little river, a little canal that goes into the front. Now, there is a piece of fish right in the middle that has 30,000 food in it, which is a fair amount, and Kai is immediately going for it. He's not the only one, though. Pot is coming forward as well. And I wonder why. Pot is... Oh, no. Oh, no. Pot has made... I thought Pot had made a mistake and accidentally trapped Kai's king on the wrong side, but no, it's okay. So, the UK lot have definitely put a little bit of practice in as all three of them dive forward and throw down a dock. It does mean that the fish are going to be very, very saturated at the start. I guess that's fine if each of them only go for 3 fishing ships. But if they go for any more, it's going to be very, very inefficient for them. Inefficient. There we go. Okay, so 2,000 points in for me. Who's voted? Tell me who's voted. I want to know who's got it. I've voted 2,000. Hypnos voted 591. I guess it's just us. Just the 2 of us. Oh, we can make it if we try. Just the 2 of us. Zach, Pot, and Kai. Yeah. Okay. I mean, Camelot managed to take game number 1, but will they be so lucky to take game number 2? I like that they have a water-focused strategy. This is quite a large investment onto the water, though. Does mean that their economy will be vulnerable, I will say. Definitely vulnerable to just demos. And look, there we go. Seru has come forward and has gone onto the water, and all it takes is Seru to just make demos. Doesn't need to make anything else. Doesn't need to worry about any other just any other unit. No fires, just make demos. Because if one demo pops out, because there's only this fish, the demo pops out and, like, explodes. It's beautiful. It's glorious. There's so many dead fish there. Yeah, I think this might be a bit too much of an investment onto the fish for my liking, but you know, it's nice to see both teams doing that. All you need to do is demo. Like, as long as you make demos from your dock, these fish will never be safe. Fire galleys don't kill demos fast enough to stop the demos getting close and killing the economy. I don't think fires is the right choice here. Like, you're gonna need a couple, But genuinely, just demos. You're too close. So you need to be trading things 1 for 1. And demos are the answer. And it is actually where all of the action is going to be. I would not be making any fishing ships here, mate. You are so much later to feudal age. As the fire galleys both pop out, the fish are going to die, but then we should get fires popping out ourselves. And yeah, there we go. Double fire galley is in. Now, these fish can just run. Oh, but it's super unfortunate. They're actually going to have to run to Kev. Kev's the only... Not Kev. Blue Star is the only place where the fishing ships will be properly safe. I hope we're making... Damn. Just make demos, not fire galleys. Just demos, please. It'll be... Like, it's... You know, it's the thing. That's what I want to see. Decent fight. Seru has tried, but I don't know if the trying will lead to much success as they are fighting on their own against a player that got in earlier. Kai and Pot immediately up to the castle. Look at this for fast castle timings. Having the fish definitely helped them out. They've worked this out. This is a planned strat for sure. But there we go. Now we've swapped over to demos, and that's the play. Honestly, you just swap to demos. Make sure that you kill the economy. There you go. Fires die. There's nowhere for the fires to go either. Right? So you cannot rely on fires at all. It just has to be demos. So Pot lands into Castle Age first, goes for a 4 TC boom. My word, and all of this off no food economy. That's hilarious. Like, there's no farms down at all for Pot. So I don't really understand. I don't quite understand how this is going to go. Blue Star gone for a second castle. Probably going to try and get up to a Genoese crossbow mass then? Or we are a little worried that we're going to be pressured. I don't think he needs to be that worried. I don't think Kai is doing much in the way of pressuring. Going for a second TC as soon as Castle Age lands. Doesn't look like we have any military prep at all. It's just this water fight. Kai is the water logger. And he should lose water now, actually, because Kev is here. And Kev has patiently waited. I mean, Kai should still... I'm saying should still win, but not if you microed like that. And this does mean all of the... Look at this! All of the vulnerable economy dies. And now we're having to transition to farms with 4 TC... Like, oh, Pot is going to be idle forever. 4 TCs, if you can't produce from all of them, is a complete waste of time. Why go for 4 TCs when you could go for 3 TCs and use the 4 TCs wood for farms? Especially when you don't have any down. I am bemused. All of this investment was just to get enough res to get us up to Castle Age. It's not even going to be like a fast imp or anything, though. Because, like, we don't have the res for that. Like, nobody's really got the res for anything. Moving out for stone. Nobody really producing any military particularly. Couple of crossbows. A singular Genoese crossbowman as the eco starts to expand for all of the teams. have to say, Seru, Blue Star and Kev getting some position. I mean, whenever. I want wine more than food. It's a convincing win, feudal age win on the water for Kev the Sweet. I'd be trading with the enemy to make them pay to fish. I mean, that's a strat. To be honest, if you lock the water down, you could quite easily get a decent distance between the two players. So it's not necessarily the worst thing, but it's definitely better to trade over land if you can. If you can manage to secure like towards the edge, I think you just get a better, slightly safer trade. As Zach goes for War Elephants. Wow. Okay. And crossbows. But it's a full win. No demos. All it takes is like 3 demos popping out. And this is all swing. Blue Star going straight for Imp. That Italian fast Imp definitely threatening. Wow. Pot just getting loom. Completely abandoning the water. Oh, this is risky. This is so risky. With water control, Blue Star can drop a dock and start pumping out cannons. And the cannons can hit everything, and there's nothing to contest it. Castles will go down. The economy is super vulnerable to this. Yeah, Blue Star, the lowest rated player in the server, I believe, is gonna be doing some stuff. Oh, hold on. Let me turn the other mic on so you can hear my clapping. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that clapping. So we get back to the game now that the claps have been done. Still no doubt. I'm miserable that we've not had any demos from the UK guys. They should know better than this, especially when they're being pressured on the water. Ballistics on the way in. The game is paused. Anybody said anything? Just trying to get the live drama. I mean, everybody's signal looks fine. Seru needs a sec. I would love to take a drink, Soap. I really would. But oh, hold on. Let's add my face in while we wait. I'll add my face in here. There we go. It's huge. Why is my face so huge? It's not supposed to be so big. But I ran out of wine. It's a tragedy. Well, we hop back to Capture Age as the game should begin again soon. Well, thank you for calling me handsome. I appreciate it. I'm mainly just balding. Joining the other esteemed balding men like Dave and Paradox with my monkish widow's peak. Yes. It's necessary. I cast better the more wine I am given. It is true. It's necessity. Imagine, it's like you get 3 kinds of British men. You get really posh British men who they only drink artisanal beers. Then you get like lads who only do carling and shots. And then you get Ponzi Age of Empires Brits from the Midlands who can do that. They'll neck the wine. We'll have the cider. Just basically just fill me up with anything to to pass the time. Speaking of What is the... There we go. Thank you for catching up with yourself, Age of Empires. Well done, you. And so, over here, the conks have come in to put a little bit of pressure on, and it turns out that war elephants don't do a great job against conks. Neither do vilts. Like, that's not gonna stop the conks, man. That doesn't. They dive through and they cause an absolute nuisance. They do dive under double castle fire. Longbows are there, and they are now blocked. They are now blocked off and will die without achieving a huge amount. But it, you know, the threat was there. Fletching on the way in, which ain't bad. We have university. So Kev the Sweet also looking to think about clicking up, but he's nowhere close. This is all on how well Blue Star manages to do with his imp click up. Trebbing the castle, putting a bit of pressure on. The whole job of Kai is now to delay, and with the two of them paired up together, this could definitely be threatening. Is it as threatening as the Brits ending up in imp, though? I am not convinced. There's not enough fills here. The conks are going to get in. This is going to be big damage. Well done. I mean, the whole job here is to delay. It's all about delaying. The Trebs will come in and be a nuisance, and the conks will also be a nuisance, but we need to delay. Oh no, Longbow's not fighting at long range. The elephants are elephanting, but look at the speed of that. Watch out, it's not Kev the Swee. It's Ruddy Hera with the monk micro. Throwing down monk hotkeys like it's going out of fashion. And it will block them off. Saracens just don't have the range to be fighting the Britain longbows, but we do get in and should be able to push a little bit, but we're losing units. Castle goes down over here. Everything that Kai is doing is trying to delay. To be honest, I would suggest deleting all of this and just stonewalling up. Just stonewalling up, because you need to keep this side of the base alive. Like, all of this eco can move, right? Like, it can move. There's so much space that it can move to, so you move it now. Pull those vills away, but I don't think the EAPM is there for Kai to be able to take that kind of dramatic move right now. Rolling through with the Italian Genoese crossbows and Trebs, and there's a lot of Trebs in the mix. We're going to need Pot to do a bit of a carry, but I don't think Pot is set up well enough to start carrying. He has come over to try and join in, but I am a little worried. The numbers are not there. The Genoese crossbows will take a great fight over here. Their HP advantage is huge. It's not even close. The numbers, not even close. Trebs doing great work as well. Somebody called a doctor, because Blue Star is again showing his word. This is a player that performs in tournaments way better than his rating. Like, way better. He's just good, right? This is not somebody who's chilling at 900. His team decisions have been really solid. He's the only person that managed to do a decent job in the first game. He killed another player. He took decent opportunities. Blue Star is doing good work. And is still doing good work. So, you know, we rate it. This is given Seru time. Seru's able to hit Imp, got up to 100 vills. The only thing that Blue Star really struggles with is at the back of this, Blue Star has nothing. Right, he stopped making vills. He's got 45 vills on the field. So, like, that's the worry, right? Like, he's in Imp. The whole job of Kai here is to survive. Kai just needs to hold, because if they hold with their better eco, and it shouldn't be a better eco, right? Because the entire base has been gutted, but we've only got 47 vills for Kev. We've only got 47 vills for Blue Star. This is, like, super risky for both of these players. because they do not have the economy at the back of them to justify a late imp fight. And that's a huge issue, because we compare that to Camelot, who all of those players with 98, 110, 65 vills left after the entire base has been gutted, right? Like, that's insane. And we had a strong enough eco that we were able to support this, and the market abuse and trading it has really meant that Kai has managed to balance and hold and survive, and off the back of this, we have trebs, we have archers, we have position, and I do not see a world from now that Pot, Zach, and Kai lose this. They shouldn't. They might lose this fight. They might lose this fight, and Paladin might be something. Because having 122 pop, Seru could carry. Okay, that's the win condition. The win condition is Seru on the solo. If those Paladins come in and we get some good conversions, that could be something. That could be something. They're going to dive in. These trebs should go down. Still no conversions coming in. Every monk we lose should be bad, though. We lose both. Both monks go down. These trebs should die, but they do kill a castle. I don't know why we're lagging so much. Please don't lag so much. It makes no sense why we're lagging so much while we're pressuring on the left. We need something to back up these Paladins, because when Paladin comes in, this gets... I mean, that's a fight that the Paladins probably will do okay at. The War Elephants are pretty much unupgraded. Like, only the first armor upgrade, no damage upgrades at all. Like, Zach has not focused. Like, these are just unupgraded elephants. No bloodlines, nothing is on these elephants. They're still tanky as all heck, but the Paladins are upgraded. Right, 14 plus 4. Paladins are doing more damage. There's more numbers. The Paladins will win that, even though they have slightly less HP. And oh my word, she has brought an everything. There's dinner. There's wine, and by the looks of it, Jess, I'm calling it early, but there's going to be a 2-0. I think this game will be over in the next 20 minutes. In-game minutes, not real-time minutes. That's a confusing thing to say to somebody who doesn't follow Age of Empires, where we're like, oh, our minutes are different to your minutes. Our minutes are lies. But I think Seru's done the right job. You just... ignore the slower moving things. You yeet your Paladins in. Houses will melt. The castle will come up. But you can just kill everything. You can just kill everything. Thank you very much. Destroy the houses. Batter your way in. Kill all. Pressure is there. There we go. We shred through. We're trying everything we can to stop these Paladins getting in and the castle to come up. That second castle coming up would be clutch. The elephants need to arrive. It would have been better if it was some kind of stone wall instead of houses. Houses melt, especially when they've got no extra armor. The tension for Zach, but